Namaste. Greetings. Peace and blessings. Magick Croix here of the Magical Elite Supply Shop and the Magical Elite Reloaded Facebook group. On this day of Mercury, which is the planet of communications, called the Swift planet. It is the planet of Thoth, Tahuti, Hermes, Mercury. It's also associated with Papa Legba. These are all messenger gods. So I greet you in honor of the day of Mercury. Just a quick video today on divination and the art of it. Divination can come in many forms, and our ancestors often did divination before they made any major life changes or anything of importance to them. They divined it out first. A lot of people dismiss this like this is just something that, you know, but what happens is when you are focusing your energy through a medium, then your subconscious actually, well, your superconscious, I should say, actually answers the questions for you. So divination, very important. So I'm just going to show you a couple ways that you can start your divinations. The very first thing I'm going to tell you is about yes or no questions. Yes and no questions are answered best by a pendulum. Now, I've broken so many pendulums, I had to buy a chain for it. That's how strong my auric field is when it tries to use those little flimsy chains that they come with. I had to buy, and I'm sure I've shown this before, I had to buy a chain, an actual chain, metal chain, that's not meant for divination purposes, but I also bought a metal pendulum. Now, you can also buy rose quartz for like love. You can buy obsidian, any kind of crystal to use in your divination purposes is correct. There's no wrong way to do this, but the pendulum is best used for yes or no questions, like, is my name John Adams? It's going in a counterclockwise way. I'm not moving it myself so you can see. It's going in a counterclockwise way because my name is not John Adams. Am I a melanated being? It may take it a minute to gather energy to answer. Is my name also Magick Croix? Do I go by my internet persona, Magick Croix, my alter ego? See, the stronger the yes, the faster it swings, and I'm not moving it. This is the best way that you can answer yes or no questions with. I use it often. And like I said, the answers come from within. It's not coming from an external source. It's coming from your own energy in the form of your superconscious mind. That's how divination works. What you're doing is you're tapping into your own innate power. And the ancestors understood and they knew this, and this is why they use divination often. Alright, one of the most accurate forms of divination out there is the I Ching. The I Ching consists of, it's an ancient form of divination used by the Chinese. It consists of these I Ching coins. Let me show you the coins. They have two sides to them. One is, if you can see this, one is like blank. The other one has some writing on it. And, you know, what you do is you actually hold these in your hand while you're thinking of a question and you drop them. The way they turn up, they have a numerical value to them. And then you go according to what that means in here, in the I Ching book. Now, it took me a minute to learn the I Ching because it's not complex once you get into it, but it's a very accurate system. Very accurate. Then I have, once you get your numerical value for your hexagram, which you roll them 6 times, and you record how you roll them. I'm not going to go into the specifics on how to do this, but this is one of the best and most accurate forms of divination there is out there. Of course, in my humble opinion. But once I got the hang of the I Ching, and it doesn't take long, you have the book to guide you, it's very accurate. So we got the pendulum, we got the I Ching. My favorite, the tarot. Now I have, right now I got 5 in here now. I'm going to go through all 5 of them. Okay. The tarot is no different. It also works from your superconscious mind. You're tapping into your own spiritual power to get the answer. You shuffle the cards. This deck is really big. It's big for my hands because I got small hands. But this is one of the most artful decks. This is called the Voyager deck. I got this deck after seeing Brother Azazel Bey use them on one of his older lectures where he did something. He did a ritual with them, and I was like fascinated with the deck. The Voyager deck is very, very colorful. It's very realistic. Like, see, this the Empress card. It's not like any other cards that you're gonna see. Just gonna try and pick out a card that I like to look at, like the Ace of Wands, Illumination. See that artwork there? Once you learn to use the tarot cards intuitively, you'll be able to read any deck out there. I guarantee it. It takes time, it takes practice, like I'm always saying. You can't just pick up something and, ooh, I got it. No, you got to work at it. Look at that card, Strength, and it has the face of a lion on it. This is the Voyager deck. I love this deck. The Man of Wands. Okay, no, let me go to the Hanged Man, which is a very popular one. Look at how they depicted the Hanged Man on this deck. So, that is the Voyager deck. That's one of my tarot cards that I use. I keep them in a velvet bag. Keep them well preserved. My most used deck, I think this is it. No. I started reconnecting with this deck. It's the Thoth Tarot deck. Again, a very accurate deck. Comes with, all the tarot decks come with books. I highly suggest, until you learn to read them intuitively, use the book first. When you start to know what swords mean, what wands mean, what's related to air, what's related to earth, what the images stand for. Once you start to learn it, then start to read them intuitively. Once you start to learn how to tap in, then start. But just like everybody I know, you start by using the book and reading the book and using the book in conjunction with your readings. Thoth Tarot deck. Also, the artwork is incredible on this deck. When I first got this deck, I had to wait 2 weeks because it was back order. It was sold out everywhere. This was years ago. I finally got a hold of a deck, and as you can see, well preserved deck. That is the Four of Wands completion. I'm looking for, not really looking for anything, I'm just looking at The artwork is incredible for this book. This deck is the Thoth Crowley deck. Aleister Crowley. This deck is attributed to him. And it was, look, the Tower deck. The Tower card, I'm sorry. Look at that card there. Now, these cards can have many meanings depending on what question you're asking and who you're talking to. Again, I keep my tarot decks in velvet bags. This one, also old. Velvet bags that I get from WordPress, I think. I think this is my most used deck. It is the Voodoo Tarot deck, the New Orleans Voodoo Tarot deck. As you can see, I've used this quite often over the years. It's one of my favorite decks. It's not like pretty and colorful and artful like the other ones. This one works more spirit driven. It's more spirit driven. What I mean by that is that the images themselves, after you have performed the rituals in the back of the book, the images themselves will start talking to you. Not actual talking to, not literally, but you know, you'll intuitively hear stuff. You'll start to, anyway, it's a hard thing to explain and to put into words, but you can, this is the most spirit driven. Besides the decks that I just showed you, I go off the images and the suit and the elements. This deck is basically spirit driven and what the question is, what the situation is. See, it's not that artful, but it's a very powerful deck because you actually do a ritual to connect with it. It's the only deck that I know of that you do such a thing with. You saw how the Tower card that I just showed you, but look at the Tower card. This is the New Orleans Voodoo deck. Sally Ann Glassman, I believe her name is. And no, I'm sorry, I'm getting people's names mixed up. But if you look, you'll find who's the author of this, who's the creator of this deck. Very good deck. The last deck that I'm going to show you, I said I got about 5. The Necronomicon Tarot deck. I like the images just because I like that spooky shit. But this is the Necronomicon deck. I'm not going to say this is spirit driven. It's totally based on the Necronomicon book itself, the Lovecraft version. Not the Simon version, but the Lovecraft version. Is that Cthulhu? I believe that's Cthulhu. Cthulhu. So, again, the images are striking in comparison to the Voodoo deck. Like, well, look at these images. When you learn to listen to your gut feeling, that gut feeling, and your instinct, these cards start to make sense. They make a lot of sense. A lot of people don't trust their instinct. They don't trust that gut feeling that you get, but you get it for a reason. It warns you of stuff. The Hanged Man card. Now, yes, I can use all these decks. That is, my friends, how I am able to divine certain things that's important to me, what I should do with certain thing or steer clear from it. It's not set in stone, but it'll give you some sort of guideline. Now remember, I'm always telling you about the joss paper that I'm always using to write my petitions on. But it's a very important practice to honor your ancestors. Write your petitions on the back. I've done it here. This, oh, by the way, I'm like addicted to joss paper. Joss paper is what the hell notes are printed on. I already did a video on that, but The blank Joss paper is what I use to write my petitions on. The Taoist view on that is to honor your ancestors, pay their debts on the other side. You get rewards in return. They look out for you from the other side. They don't stay like in poverty or anything like that. You'll have to do your own research on that. I give you enough to do your own research. And in this society, nobody wants to read. Nobody wants to fucking pick up a book anymore. All you got is zombies in their phones when they can be researching the real deal shit. The shit that actually matters. Honoring your ancestors. Again, I've written my name here. I've written my name here in a petition and some sigils on it. I'm going to burn it once I anoint it. I haven't figured out yet what I'm going to anoint it with, but I use these Joss papers to honor my ancestors, also along with the Hell Notes. I keep Hell Notes. They're not expensive. Go to eBay, you can find a whole lot of them. Once you honor your ancestors and you remember them, they will look out for you. And though it sounds strange, I'm not talking about just your bloodline ancestor. I'm talking about the spirits that are connected to you also. It's an important art. It's a very important fact of life that our ancestors practiced, those that came before them. Why not remember those who came before you? See what I'm saying? You can use this, which I used for a very long time. I just don't like the way it smells when it burns. But that's me. Find me on Facebook. The Magical Elite Reloaded Facebook group is now open for newcomers. Always, I got a whole bunch of stuff in my store, the Magical Elite Supply Shop, for all your witchcraft, occult needs. I'll see y'all next time. I hope y'all get something out of this. I'm always free for questions. I'll see y'all next time. I hope you enjoy the rest of your week. This is Magick Croix of the Magical Elite Supply Shop. Peace.